Happy 10th of November, Reject Nation. We're gonna watch from the Cosmic Wonder a breakdown video. Not some rumor, not any of those. This is a breakdown. WandaVision first episode details. Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch, the EW full breakdown. That's Entertainment Weekly for those who are not in the know. And it also can sound like, ew. This is great. This is great. I should have eaten.
Disgusting.
I have no excuse for the terrible opening.
Notch.
This
That's what I
is.
think
This
every time I see
I'm
them.
so sorry for this
Their
intro.
coverage isn't that great.
Let's just
I
watch
should
this.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything MCU. And today is a great day because we have some exclusive WandaVision.
What a lovely day!
From Entertainment Weekly. There are a lot of reveals in this new issue of Entertainment Weekly, focusing on WandaVision.
I don't-
Be sure to go
I don't
over,
get any
including new
magazines.
photos for the WandaVision series, and a lot of commentary about some of the episodes of WandaVision from Kevin Feige, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, and some of the writers and producers as well, including some talk about how Wanda is going to fully transform into the Scarlet Witch by the end of the series, and how the series is going to directly lead into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Specifically, the Scarlet Witch will make her appearance in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
There's a lot of great information in this article, so if you don't have access to it, don't worry, I've got you covered. So I'll break it all down, but first I'm doing a new giveaway. I'm partnered with heroeshideout.com, and from now through December till the end of the holidays, I'll be giving away one item each week, from Marvel Funko Pops to Marvel Legends action figures. All you have to do
Nice.
to enter, subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment down below, and check out heroeshideout.com. So the first thing we'll dive into before getting into some details about the WandaVision series and episodes that they filmed are new pictures. Now the first one that we got is obviously the cover photo for this issue of Entertainment Weekly. It has Wanda and Vision on front of it, and Wanda is half color,
the title.
half black and white, which we know the show is going to start off in black and white and then gradually become color as time goes by, just
Like
like
the
sitcoms
Wizard
have
of
done
Oz?
over the years. And the title
Oh.
says, The Wanda Years. After dominating the box office, Marvel is ready to take over TV. Here comes WandaVision. Now this is just a cover photo, but we do have 6 new images from actual episodes of the series, and we'll start off with this first one, which is kind of odd.
Ah,
The show seems
Lucy
it is
and
going to be
Ricky.
rather odd, which is awesome. But it's of Wanda and Vision, and as we can see here, they are sleeping in separated beds. Now this is kind of done for 2 reasons. One is that with the old sitcoms, it was actually illegal
they
to
had
show
to
them
s-
sleeping
yeah.
in the same bed. It was
Decency.
illegal for them to show that on TV. Now this kind of just further adds to the weirdness of their relationship, but if you look at Wanda, she's looking a little bit confused. Now we know this is going to involve different realities, so it's almost like Wanda
Love
just
that he has
woke
a
up
sleeping
and was
mask.
randomly in this room with Vision. It's either that or she has noticed something weird or she has heard something and it doesn't all make sense. And if you take a look at the shadows on the wall,
It's like a
between
witch.
the beds
It's
of
like a
Wanda
witch
and
hat.
Vision, we can see a shadow that kind of looks like a
witch
witch's
hat,
Now,
yeah.
of course, this is just a shadow from the bedpost, but this is also
good
most
set
likely
design.
a reference
Read
to
into it.
witchcraft. We know Agatha Harkness is involved, and we know that there's going to be witchcraft in the show. And for those who might think this is digging a little bit too deep, Marvel has actually already done this with their first promotional art for the WandaVision series. If we take a look at the 2 of them,
Oh, you
sitting
see
on
them
their
in the
couch,
corner.
hands, if you look in the
Ah,
upper left-hand
you see
corner,
it?
can
Do you see it, John?
their shadows. And while Wanda
Do you
and
see it,
Vision are
John?
Ah, the shadows in the corner.
you
Ah.
can see in the upper left-hand corner, their shadows are of their superhero forms. We can see Vision as an android.
But who's
and
in the
we can see
photograph?
Scarlet Witch in her full Scarlet Witch costume. And speaking of
It
witches,
doesn't
the next
matter.
photo is of Catherine Hahn's mysterious character called Agnes.
Ethel.
Now, again, it's pretty much confirmed that she is in fact Agatha Harkness. After all, Agnes is just Agatha and Harkness combined to make one word. But she'll also be playing the unusual nosy neighbor, and in this photo, it looks like she came over to give the couple a pineapple.
Or is it?
To borrow one. Either way, it's kind of weird. Now, the next photo is actually a very important photo. It's
Baby
of
bump.
Wanda pregnant. Now, the important part of this photo is, one, not only does it confirm that Wanda is going to be pregnant and will indeed have kids, which has already been confirmed, but the second part is, look at their faces. They both look to be in extreme confusement. And this is most likely because Wanda is going to randomly get pregnant.
Yeah.
In the comics, it happens out of nowhere. Vision doesn't actually give Wanda kids. She just becomes pregnant.
It's
And that is
impossible
especially
'cause of the
true if you
beds.
consider the fact that they're sleeping in separate beds in the show. But they do.
That means they never do it.
They can't get in the same
have
bed.
done
It's not
it.
possible.
Almost like, I can't believe it. How did this even happen?
Breaking the law.
This almost definitely confirms that Mephisto is going to be in the WandaVision series, and he is the one responsible for Wanda getting pregnant. This is a page right out of the comics where Wanda gets impregnated by magic, and we would go on to find that her 2 children are actually the shards of the demon Mephisto, and ultimately he would take them back, and her children would be gone, and this is what eventually led to her kind of losing her mind and creating the House of M reality where Magneto ruled the world. Now, the rest of the photos are kind of just fun photos. There's Wanda and Vision leaning over the kitchen counter, looking at each other, smiling. You can tell that they're really happy. There's Wanda and Vision inside the kitchen again, and Wanda has a weird expression on her face, perhaps performing some type of magic. And then the last one with a very confused look on her face, and she is indeed performing magic, using her powers to cook. It looks like she's preparing dinner, and something
like Bewitched.
really ticked her off or surprised her. Now, there's a lot
like
of
all the
commentary about the
classics.
show that gives us some pretty big reveals, so let's break it down. For starters, it has been confirmed that the first episode of the WandaVision series was in fact filmed in front of a live audience. Something
Really?
that most
Yeah, I
TVs
heard
have
about
Really?
done before. Now, to start it off, we actually
Oh,
get kind
no
of a little
way.
synopsis about the show.
Spoilers.
And the synopsis reads as follows. Set after Endgame, the series starts with the married witch and android living in the idyllic town of Westview. We find Wanda and Vision living a blissful suburban existence, trying to keep their powers under wraps. But as the newlyweds cycle through the decades and the familiar TV tropes, they realize their white picket fence life may not be as gleamingly picture perfect as it seems. Now, you have to remember that with the first teaser that we got for the WandaVision series, they most likely just showed us the first episode or first couple of episodes. We know, and it's confirmed right here, that the WandaVision series is going to go through the decades very, very quickly.
Okay.
Fiona Paris, who is going to be playing Monica Rambeau, said that this is going to be an action-packed TV series. And we know we're really not going to get that in these TV sitcom type of eras. So we're going to go through and get out of these sitcom eras pretty quickly, as they said, as they cycle through the decades. That means their kids are going to grow up very fast as well. Now, another huge thing that has been revealed by this article that has been speculated for a very long time is that we are going to see Wanda fully explore the Scarlet Witch and the Scarlet Witch's powers. She is yet to be called the Scarlet Witch, and it has been confirmed they are going to indeed call her that in this series at one point, and she is yet to discover her full powers. But
Then she's gonna say, "I don't want to be called it."
Too
bad the public loves it.
Wanda's past and the full capabilities of her telekinetic powers.
Oh, she
In
gonna
initial
become
conversations about the
so
show,
super.
Feige won her over by referencing specific Scarlet Witch comic storylines, although she won't reveal which ones due to spoilers. Then it quotes Elizabeth Olsen saying, "It's been the biggest gift that Marvel's given me, getting to do this show. You get to just focus on her and not how she felt through everyone else's storylines." So it's all about Wanda and the Scarlet Witch, and although they say they can't reference the comic book storylines, we pretty much know that a good chunk of the TV series is going to be based off of the House of M storyline. And I actually did a video not too long ago explaining all of the comics that WandaVision is going to be based off of, and I'll link that down below. And
Oh, thank God.
But the great news is we're going to see the Scarlet Witch.
I need to know what to buy.
I need to know what
Now,
how to spoil the story for myself in advance.
It's really incredible to be able to tell a long-form story the way the comics did. In a sense, a TV show is a multiple-issue comic book run, which is something that, from the Marvel development side, we totally do understand.
Dude.
So this is really, really cool because, in a way, we're going to get a more comic-like TV show than we've ever gotten before. And it was explained in this EW article that this is very different from the Netflix Marvel shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because Kevin Feige had complete creative control over these series. So this is full MCU. These are basically going to be movies packed into 1 hour-long episodes. In fact,
They said 6 Marvel movies.
Monica Rambeau says, "I was like, oh, I thought we were doing a little show, but no, it's 6 Marvel movies packed into what they're presenting as a sitcom." So Disney Plus really is giving us Marvel fans a very unique and awesome opportunity. Instead of just getting 1 2-hour film, we're getting 6 1-hour episodes that's going to be like 6 different movies packed
Wow.
into 1 season.
That's gonna be a bitch to edit.
And
Reactions.
Ideally, Marvel hopes WandaVision will be just the pilot episode of a long-running TV dynasty. The studio is already hard at work developing 7 additional shows, with each one connecting to past and future films. WandaVision, Kevin Feige notes, will directly
Just 6
set up
episodes,
the
huh?
2022 film Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, with Olsen's Witch playing a key role alongside Benedict Cumberbatch's
Awesome.
Sorcerer. And notice how they specifically said Elizabeth Olsen's Witch. That means by the end of the WandaVision series leading right up to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, she is going to be a full Scarlet Witch with her full powers. So we are definitely in for a treat with the WandaVision series. It sounds like it's going to be absolutely insane, which I love. And it sounds like Wanda is definitely going to become one of the most strongest characters in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe if she wasn't already. So let me know what you think about all these reveals from this EW article, and also of the new photos that we got as well. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited about for the WandaVision series. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest Marvel news. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and for live updates you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
Warren,
As always,
this is
thank you all
good.
so much for watching.
It's good. We gotta get that collab going. Talked to Warren this morning.
What did he say?
He said
Yeah.
that he's got sources
Oh.
on the inside, and he gets the down low on everything.
Oh, Warren.
And that everything he reports on is coming straight
factually.
from someone within the MCU behind
Okay.
the scenes.
So someone who's at those Marvel,
Yeah.
studio meetings with Kevin Feige and all that.
Yeah, I might have been remembering our conversation wrong. It could have just been, hey, Greg, when are you available to do that collab? But I'm pretty sure the conversation steered in that direction, if I'm not mistaken.
They're bigger fish to fry than collabs, my friends.
For the longest time, I've thought that Scarlet Witch has never truly been able to, I mean, she's just been Wanda, right? So she's never really been able to put her powers on full display. And before Infinity War came out, the amount of people telling me that, Scarlet Witch, if they really tapped into what she's like in the comics, she could take out Thanos. And if you remember that scene in Endgame where she was essentially about to destroy Thanos before he's like, unleash all the missiles, damn it.
Go all rage.
I think people got very excited about that, not just because of the cathartic nature of what Thanos did to Vision, but because it was like, oh, is she about to become full Scarlet Witch here? Is this happening at this moment? We never quite got there. And it's cool that we're going to get something that solely focuses, it sounds like it's definitely way more her show than it is Vision's show. Vision is going to be the main supporting character here, while we're really going to get this evolution of Wanda. She's going to come into her own as Scarlet Witch, segue that into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Honestly, the biggest takeaway from the photos would have to be the baby bump one. Everything else was like, yeah, that's about everything I've been hearing for the longest time. Yeah, I know.
These look like stills from scenes where they're either talking or reacting to stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're in sitcom world. It looks all peachy,
fun and whimsical.
It's a riff on the sitcoms. I get it, but it's not as lovely as it appears, right? I was taken back by two things, right? The fact that they said it's going to be action-packed, which for some reason surprised me, because it's not the vibe I've gotten from the show at all.
It really isn't. I just at the back of my mind have to keep remembering, okay, you at least got Wanda and Vision.
Yeah.
Both of those guys could kick a lot of ass too. But I like that they're not leading with it.
I was under the impression this would be kind of the trippy sci-fi, super surreal, weird show where Falcon and Winter Soldier would really take care of the action.
Yeah, it'd be like the Jack Ryan type show, whereas this
The
is
Jack Ryan.
That's my touchstone, because that's what's really
Jack
doing well.
Ryan.
But that kind of the Jack Ryan has a legacy beyond John Krasinski, But yeah, that kind of thing where it's like political espionage is really realistic, really gritty, and then this will be the more surreal, trippy, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah, right.
Theoretical superhero story, which I feel like they still could. I like that idea of both Wanda reaching her full potential in a season of this show or whatever, and the introduction of potentially Mephisto, because it seems as though that could make sense. As much of a bummer as it was at the time when Endgame came out, and it's Scarlet Witch didn't really actually hit that potential I keep hearing people talk about. Maybe with the new shift that the MCU is going into and the interconnectivity that they want to provide with this, with Doctor Strange apparently being one of the major players moving forward, it seems like now might be a better time to have the fully realized Scarlet Witch as one of your, head players, and then to further bring, the underworld and demons and Mephisto in with that, along with the multiverse of madness, even with its less horrorness than originally posited. It seems like now is the time, and it's funny because, I just moved into season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and to look at phase 4 of Marvel, it seems like both will have the similarity of bringing in the hell side, which I think is fun and interesting. So yeah, I mean, I like the idea that, you know, this is going to be a movie caliber episode each time. I sure hope that it's a really good show and everybody actually likes it and stuff. That's a cool prospect, and it makes me excited for all these other things they're developing, but also kind of like, oh my goodness, this is a lot, you know, and I want to, yeah, I'm curious to see how they execute it, because right now it seems like there's a lot they're not showing us, which is exciting because, you know, lots of surprises.
What you're talking about, also with the runtime of it being 6 episodes only, I think is a really smart call.
Yeah.
You know, other than drawing comparisons to Netflix and how they have way too many episodes, and even with the network shows, they often have way too many episodes in any of these comic book shows, right? Keeping it really contained, especially if it has to tie into the movies directly, and if you're expecting viewers who watch the movies to also watch the show. And I feel like with what's going on in the world and how many more people have not been going to the theaters and actually watching stuff on streaming services now, it's a great time to really get the focus and attention on the streaming stuff is essential viewing. Also, if the Mephisto storyline is going to be included in here, because a lot of times with comic book movies and shows, they'll like borrow little things like, oh, she's suddenly pregnant. It might not be Mephisto. It could be given to another character, the witch who's doing that to her, right? If it is him, and then they do follow that storyline where the kids are taken away, that would be really cool to end it on a really kind of dark note that ends on a crazy cliffhanger to get you into Multiverse of Madness. I would actually love to see something where it doesn't end on a hero note.
It ends with
on
her
a really dark
breaking
note.
the boundaries between all the different universes. Yeah.
I think that would be a really, really cool way to conclude all this.
End it with a big uh-oh.
Yeah, I think the 6th episode release is really, really smart. And I mean, yeah, I don't feel like we learned exactly too many crazy new things out of this. They have to. If anyone's going to be extra careful, it's going to be these magazine releases. They rarely give you
the approved,
too much.
triple, double, quadruple approved version of the talking points.
Either way, it's probably going to be a really fun, wild show. Can't wait to watch, react to it. Keep a lookout for that. Anyway, guys, what do you think about all this information released from EW? Thanks for Warren for putting this breakdown together. Beats reading a whole magazine. Why would I do that? Subscribe, click that notification bell. Subscribe to Warren's channel, Cosmic Wonder. Hit the like button. Last but not least,
Maria Hammond.
Take it away,
Maria,
John.
I wanted to shout you out today because you know what? You seem like someone who's balancing the weight of a lot of different universes, and you just want to live in your happiness, live within your powers, and unlock your true potential. And I feel like that's what I want for you this year. It's MariaVision 2020. And I hope that comes without all the Satan babies and stuff like that. But seriously, you are the star of your own sitcom called Life. You've lived through a couple decades now at least, so you've got a good perspective. You can mix it up. So I'm sending you love, and please don't rip the fabric of space-time apart with, you know, some kind of outburst.
Very good. I think Maria will really appreciate that.
Love this.
Her last name is Hammond.
Hammond.
Which is like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't think she watches, but, you know, channeling the
your
life
Hammond,
energy
you breathe.
through air. Yeah.
And that's a lot similar to, like, you know, what witches can do, too. And so, like, yeah, channel your inner.
True. Yeah.
Well, you know, because the elements and, you know, Wicca, but that's not the same kind
She's
of witch.
a good witch, not a bad witch.
Yeah, you're a white witch.
The only good witch. It's a white witch.
Glinda, you're let's just mix every witch property
We're
here.
done.